Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. It is Saturday evening. I want to do a quick show. I'm not going to be on too long, but I figured I'd do a review of the Cover Price Top 20. I usually do that list every weekend. Comes out usually late Friday by email. So I'll go over that, give you guys my review and synopsis of that list. I have a few books I just got in the mail today that I'll kind of highlight and show. I'm going to try to do a live stream with Jim's Comics in the next week. Hopefully he has some time here between now and the holidays. You know, those Canadians, you never know how things are going to go. Chef Marcos, what's going on, my friend? Comic Crypt, how we doing tonight? Got a couple people already on. So while that, I'm going to get this loaded up here. Pull up my email. I'll go over that top 20 list. I'll show off those books at the end of that, after I get to the end of that. Gives you an incentive to stick around a little bit. See the books I got in a couple. Let's see here. Let's see if I can share this. Comics Club, what's up, my friend? How you doing, Dwayne? All right, let me make sure I screen. All right, everybody should see that. Weekend review from Cover Price. Their top 20 list. Let's go through this. Some of these have been on here multiple times for multiple weeks. Spawn #1, I feel like that one's been on there for a while now, probably for at least the last month or so, maybe longer. Obviously with Spawn 301 marquee issue, everything Spawn related has been pretty hot for a while. It's probably good for Image. They need some sales. Now that The Walking Dead is over with, I would imagine Spawn's got to be one of their best-selling titles right now, right? I would think. Dwayne could probably answer that. He's a local comic book shop owner. He could probably tell you what Image's top-selling book for him is. I got to imagine it's Spawn. I'm trying to think what else could be a contender. Saga used to be a really good selling book for Image, but that's been on a hiatus for a while now, over a year. I'm trying to think of another book. I think Spawn's like their best-selling book right now for Image. I'm pretty sure. T-Bone, what's up, my friend? So Dwayne agrees. Yes, it is. Spawn's their Image's top-selling book at the moment. I can't even think what their #2 selling book would be. Probably should go on Comic-Con and look at that one. You know, I haven't been on Comic-Con in a while to look at, you know, published sales. So they'll probably have at least through October. I don't know if they've published the November yet, but we ought to be pretty close to that. Usually by the middle of the next month, they have the previous month's data. So Dwayne says, yeah, The Walking Dead was their top seller, but it's dead now. It is dead. Put a fork in it. It's over. I do respect Kirkman for ending it the way he did, you know, kind of surprising everybody, ending it on an odd issue. I just thought that was brilliant. I think a lot of people expected it to go to issue 2, at least to issue 200. And that didn't happen. So thought that was interesting. Hey, Manny the Comic Collector. What's up, buddy? Let's go back to that top 20 list. So Spawn's on there. Especially if you've got the newsstand edition. I think that's the one long term. There's just so fewer of those out there than the regular direct editions. Number 19 is Wolverine #1 from 1982. That was Wolverine's first solo ongoing series. Definitely an undervalued book for quite some time. I'd say it's still undervalued. Oh, okay, this is the miniseries. Got that confused with the other one. I would still say this is an undervalued book. 9/8s were going for pretty big money for a while, over $300, but I think that's calmed down a little bit. I don't know, maybe it's heating back up. Here, cover price is saying last 10 sales are up 61%. So it looks like a 9/6 CGC sold for $139. It still seems sort of low for an older book, key book really. Number 18 on the list, Amazing Spider-Man 252. This is one that we all know very well. Not an old book, but definitely first black suit, right, on the cover. I guess there's a lot of controversy. Some people say, nah, it's Marvel team up is the first black suit. I don't know. I can't remember what the final verdict on that was, but this is definitely a key issue a lot of people look for. Finding it in high grade seems to be somewhat difficult, but 7-day trend up 75%. CGC 9/6 sold recently for $150. Oh yeah, Marvel Team Up 141. I think technically, yeah, that's the first appearance of the Black Spider-Man in the symbiote costume. That came out maybe a little bit before 252 did. Number 17 on the list is Kill Whitey Donovan #1. In the works as a movie at Hideout Pictures. Never heard of them, but everything's being optioned these days, so that's another title that is moving on that news. Looks like raw sales hitting around $25 a copy. I did have somebody on Instagram message me that maybe it was YouTube, one of my YouTube subscribers. I offered to trade them a Immortal Hulk #3 for a Whitey Donovan, and I think he's got the B cover. So I need to follow up with that person and see if I can do a trade. But I've got several Immortal Hulk #3s, and I'd be willing to trade for one of those. I don't really feel like spending $25, $30 on that book, so I'd rather do a trade if I can. Amazing Spider-Man 262. What's this considered? Second appearance of Carnage? Kind of a classic book. Not a real expensive book. I think you can easily get this for $15 to $20. Here it's saying a 9/8 just sold for $135, up 40%. So that book is on the move. Maximum Carnage is coming to Venom #2. Assuming that's talking about the movie. Number 15 on the list, Wolverine #1. So this is the one I was referencing earlier. This is the first ongoing. This book's been undervalued. I mean, the 30 or 40 issues for cheap several years ago, but I mean, I would see high grade copies of this at comic book shops for $25, $30. I mean, that's a fantastic buy. That should easily be a $50, $60, $70 book, easy. Looks like 9/8s are starting to go up in price. You got $165 for a 9/8 now. So that's a pretty good move. Who else we got in the chat here? Carolina Chris, what's up, my brother? I love Carolina Chris's videos. I watch a good number of them. He's a good man. Grandmaster Stash, what's up, my friend? How you doing tonight? We also have the Gray Man. How we doing, my friend? Gray Man is always on the chats. He's always popping in here and there. I see him on other people's channels as well. Vincenzo, what's going on, my friend? This list is from Cover Price. So there's a website called coverprice.com. Yeah, they have an algorithm. They kind of track sales on a weekly basis. You can subscribe to them. They kind of like they'll also keep track of your comics for you if you want to have them kept in the cloud. You can kind of pay money annually to keep track of your books, that kind of thing, if you want to on your computer. Besides, I've been using Cover Price, and I also use CLZ Collect on my iPhone, which I've used that app for years to sort of keep track of an inventory. If I'm at a store and I'm like, yeah, do I need that issue? I'll real quick go on my iPhone and I'll be able to pull up and see what I have in inventory. It's not completely up to date, but it's pretty close for me anyways. All right, so we're back to the list. So number 15 was Wolverine #1. Number 14, Amazing Spider-Man 363. Another classic Carnage Venom book. I remember that cover very well when it came out. Pretty nice. 9/8 hitting $56. That still seems sort of cheap, but nothing major going on in that title. Just basically a duel between Carnage and Venom and Spider-Man. Fallen Angels #2 is number 13 on the list. The Peach Momoko variant. This has been a hot book for a while now, a couple weeks. It's a cool cover. I mean, I'm not into the anime type artwork, but people that are love this artist, and he's been pretty popular lately. So it's definitely a cool, dynamic looking cover with action on it. Fallen Angels is actually pretty good. I read the first couple issues. I enjoyed it. I thought it was decent. I think X-Force, Fallen Angels, and X-Men are the top 3 books from the Dawn of X-Men series. At least that's what most people say anyways. I don't know. I kind of agree with that. All titles are pretty good. Marauder is also decent. But I like Fallen Angels. I thought it was pretty good. I like Psylocke and like to see what happens in that title. So that's not a book that I have, but it's definitely a good looking book. Number 12, Lethal Protector #1, Venom from 1993. It's been a hot book for a while, ever since the Venom movie was announced. Very heavily printed. Definitely a victim of the 90s printing. It's not too hard to find this book. Oh, by the way, everybody, I'll show you real quick before I'm losing light here. I'll have to turn on the lights. Here's my wife got a nice Christmas gift from her work. They got her an authentic Jack Daniel's bourbon barrel, which is pretty cool. And I'll show you. You can see right there where it says Jack Daniel's burned into the top. Pretty cool. That thing's heavy too. I had to move it. It was sort of out there a little further, and I was getting wet the other day, so I moved it in closer to the house. And yeah, it's definitely something I don't want to get ruined, but it's pretty cool. And supposedly, if you can see right here, there's like a place where the cork is. I don't know if you guys can see that. If you take that cork out, pretty predominant. So if you want your house to smell like whiskey, you bring one of these barrels and you open up that cork, and it'll smell like whiskey quick. Grayman says, should call this show Sitting on the Stoop Talking Poop. Indeed. Talking shit. I'm a good trash talker. I can mix it up with the best of them. Adrian Comics, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the chat. Yeah, that is a big old barrel, Grayman. Too bad it's not full of whiskey. It's an empty barrel, unfortunately. All right, let's get back to the list, the Cover Price Top 20 list. We're at number 11, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1, the retail appreciation variant. So this is like, what, 1 per store type thing? I guess all the Power Rangers covers lately have been somebody holding their helmet, right? That's kind of seems to be a common cover. I don't collect Power Rangers. Occasionally I'll collect Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle books, but I'm not a huge fan of either. So I did pick up issue number 1, the John Guion cover, just because I love the artwork on it. It's beautiful. But I probably won't collect the series or anything. I just really like that cover. So that's going for about $65 raw. Number 10 on the list, Ultimate Spider-Man number 33. First appearance of the Ultimate Venom. I had this in my collection, bought it when it came out back in the day. I collected Ultimate Spider-Man all the way through 120 something. I didn't collect every single issue, but almost every issue. And I think there was a 5 or 6 issue one, 33 through 37, I think was the Venom run. Yeah, it was pretty good. So that, apparently Cates is going to be introducing Ultimate Venom into the MCU and his upcoming Venom storylines. That's the rumor. I don't know if that's confirmed or not, but that's what everyone seems to be thinking. That's why this book's on fire. I mean, 7-day trend up 120%. I should tell you something. The raws are going for about $32. That's a tough book to find a high grade too. It's a black cover. Marvel, in the first 5 or 10 issues, 20 issues, whatever it was, they used a nice thick cardstock cover, and then they switched and got cheap eventually and started using really, really thin glossy paper that was damaged very, very easily. So that might be a tough book to find in decent grade. Number 9 is Marauders number 3 from the Dawn of X series, the Ji Hung Lee variant. Yeah, this is that negative. I forgot. I'm not really able to show the. Unless I switch over. Let me see if I can do that. That's all right. You can look it up. So the Ji Hung Lee variant. It's not my favorite cover. It shows Kitty Pryde coming out of a white background, sort of like she's coming through the cover. I mean, I can see why people like it, but it's going for $30. I think it was like a 1 for 25, so that's about ratio. Number 8 is Avengers 43, first appearance of the Red Guardian. You've got the new Black Widow movie coming out. Nice looking cover. This is a book that I've highlighted on my channel a few times. It's expensive. I wouldn't go out and spend the crazy money people are asking for 8.0s or higher. You know, I think I spent about $45 for my 8.0, and it's supposedly it goes for over $300 now. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to find those older books in good grade. So, Red Guardian seems like a fun character. A lot of people like the actor. So that book's going to be hot for a while, at least until the movie comes out. Then we'll see what happens after that. Number 7 is Moon Knight number 1 from 1980, first ongoing series. 7-day trend up 195%. 9.8 just sold for $308. Yeah, the book to get is obviously Werewolf by Night 32. I'll plug another channel real quick. Rob Wurst, he has a channel. I don't think that's the name of his YouTube channel, though. I think it is, though. I don't know. I see him on the chat once in a while as Rob Wurst, so I think that's his channel. But he has a really high-grade copy that he just bought raw off of somebody in South Florida. And he told the story. He had to go to some bad area of town, and it was a good little story of how he procured this book. So, man, if you can find a nice high grade of that Werewolf by Night 32, that's definitely a grail for sure. I don't know if I'll ever pick that up, but I've got the facsimile. Number 6, Inhumans number 5 from 1999. This is the first appearance of Yelena Belova. She is in the new Black Widow movie. That's Black Widow's sister, right? Yeah, it's in the trailer, it's a cool action sequence that it shows. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, that book seems to be pretty hot right now. 9.8's going for $275. Raws are probably $30 to $40 pretty easily. Number 5 on the list, Venom 2099, number 1, the Schmidt variant. I did pick up a Venom 2099 book. I didn't pick up that cover, though. I picked up the 1 in 50. I think that was the one for 25. The one for 50 is the Zafino variant. Let me turn on the lights here so I get a little bit more light. All right, that might help a little bit more light out here. Okay. So the Venom 2099, I'll show that real quick. I picked up the Zafino variant, which looks pretty cool. I'm a big fan of Zafino. So anytime I can find a nice copy of this, I got this at a pretty good deal. This book was going for $60, $70, $80 when it came out. I got it in the $40 range. It's about what it's selling for now. It's gone down a little bit, but just a really cool cover. I'm a big fan of Zafino, and the seller was real nice to send me also the first issue as a bonus for free. So the A cover. So I picked that up. Dwayne Comics Club asked me, what's the name of the website you're using here? Cover Price, COVRPRICE. You can subscribe to their newsletter for free. They'll send you a weekly email with their top 20 lists. So you don't have to pay a bunch of money to get their top 20 lists. You just have to subscribe to their newsletter, which is free. So they'll send you a free email every week. It's kind of like eBay type of thing. So, yeah. Number 4 on the list, Avengers 195. Believe this is the first cameo appearance of Taskmaster. Man, that book was sort of a sleeper. I bought that maybe 7-8 months ago. I think I paid around maybe $15 for it. It was pretty cheap. It was a high grade copy too. Now all of a sudden that book's blown up. It's raws are $30, $40 easily. And that's with spine ticks and everything else. So high grade is going to be even more. Number 3 in the list. Let me go back to showing the screen there. Number 3 in the list is Magnificent Marvel, Miss Marvel, number 5. So this is sort of the first appearance of her costume, which it's kind of an homage to Secret Wars cover with Spider-Man with the symbiote costume. Apparently, her costume is sentient, and it becomes actually a character by the name of Storm Ranger, which I guess is kind of like a villain, like Venom. So they're just rehashing, they're the same old thing, right? They're taking Venom and they're just like, yeah, let's do it with another character. And basically, it's the same thing as a Venom symbiote. Number 2, Venom 29. Number 1, the Limb variant. This is a book I missed. I did get the A cover, but I did miss the B cover, which is unfortunate. The B cover is the better of the covers for sure. But that's $17 to $20 book right now. It's pretty hot. Number 1 is Magnificent Miss Marvel, number 10. I believe this is the first full appearance of Stormbringer. Is it Stormbringer? Storm Ranger. Again, Kamala's Venom-like villain, or sentient suit, I guess. So that's your top 20 list from Cover Price. Comes out weekly. You can check out their website. You can subscribe to their newsletter for free. They'll send you weekly updates. Let's go back to the chat here. Manny says, I own 3 copies of Miss Marvel #5. Very nice, Manny. I didn't pick up any of those. By the time I found out about it, the book was already moving, and I wasn't not a big fan of Miss Marvel. In fact, I don't think I have any Miss Marvel books. I'm sure I'm missing the boat on that. Can't collect everything. Ancient Mariner, how you doing, my friend? He is on the chat now. He said he missed #10. Freaking dropped it from my pool after 8. Dude, I've done that before. I'll be collecting a series and then all of a sudden I drop it because, whatever. It gets a little boring. It gets a little old, or I want to start collecting another title instead. So I'll drop it, and then all of a sudden, some key issue comes out that I totally missed. That's happened to me a couple times. Grayman says, I have her first series, and that is it. Yeah. So, hey, you never know what's going to be hot, man. Captain Marvel was hot for a little while there with first appearance of Star. I think that book's cooled down a little bit. But for a while there, I mean, that Venomized cover by Inhook Lee, that was going for like $20, $30, something like crazy like that. I think it's back down 10 to 15 range. So, yeah, after a while, after the hype dies down, the prices will calm down a little bit. Ancient Mariner says 10s are nowhere. I mean, nowhere in the store by me. Yeah, I mean, there's probably not a lot of shops probably didn't order heavily on Miss Marvel. I don't think it normally sells very well. Dwayne in the chat, you could probably ask him. He's a comic shop owner. He probably has pretty good recollection of whether or not that book sells well or not. I don't think it does normally. I think Captain Marvel lately has been doing okay because of the Star appearance. The sales have picked up. But I think the first 4 or 5 issues of Captain Marvel didn't do very well either. So, I mean, that's what these writers need to do. They need to come up with new characters, new ideas, new storylines that are going to get collectors' interests. And if the story's good, it can definitely add a lot of value to the book. I mean, look at Immortal Hulk. I've been saying it for a long time. The first story arc of Immortal Hulk was fantastic. It was great. It was a throwback to the Incredible Hulk of old, where he, it was more of turns into the monster at night. During the day, he's Bruce Banner. I mean, that was awesome. And then, they brought in War of the Realms, and it kind of sidetracked everybody. The story got a little weak. And Immortal Hulk is just not as good. I mean, I've had a lot of my buddies that I talk to on YouTube all the time are telling me they're dropping it from their pull list, which I don't know if I'm going to do that yet. I mean, overall, I still like the book. You still have awesome covers by Alex Ross. Joe Bennett art is still really good with that book. But, I totally admit it's not near as good as that first story arc. But, yeah, what are you going to do, man? It's tough. Manny says Spider-Verse #1, 1 through 21 for 25 variant is on fire. Yeah, that's been a hot book. Everything Spider-Verse has been pretty hot. So I showed you that Zafino book. Oh, by the way, I did a video on this the other day. I was at my LCS and I was checking the dollar bins, which I rarely ever look in dollar boxes. Usually I never find anything good. But I found this in the dollar boxes. I found a V-Wars #1, the Ryan Brown. This is like an incentive variant that he did. It sells for like $10 to $15 on eBay. And then I also found issue #2 for $1. Both Ryan Brown covers. So I like Ryan Brown's artwork. So I was real happy to find these for $1. And they're in pretty high grade. I mean, I was surprised. Usually the dollar boxes, luckily these were bagged and boarded. But a lot of times, dollar box. And that's the first time I got lucky on a dollar bin box for a long time. Let's see. Another one I picked up. Carolina Chris. Yeah, Immortal Hulk 25. Yeah, that was kind of a trippy issue. That was a little out there. Dwayne says, you haven't checked our dollar box. You're right, Dwayne. I need to get down there, man. I need to come down there on a weekday where I don't have much going on and just spend half a day going through your dollar boxes. I probably could find some good stuff in there. I promise I'll do that in the next month when I have a little bit more time available to me. Ancient Mariner says, the art in the last Mortal Hulk sucked. I mean, sucked. Keep this artist as a drop for me. Yeah, Bennett's, I don't think Bennett's that great. I mean, I think he does okay for the story for the most part. I definitely don't like his covers. I like the Alex Ross covers. I know Bennett has done some covers for Immortal Hulk. But yeah, it's not my go-to book for Marvel right now. I think Daredevil's my favorite book that Marvel's producing at the moment. Seems to be my favorite. Venom's still decent as well, but I think I think Daredevil's my favorite at the moment. I'm really hoping Thor is going to be good with Cates doing it. I hope he kind of blows the doors off with Thor. Hopefully he does. We'll see. Another book I picked up, I got pretty cheap. I bought this online. Couldn't find it too many places, but this is the second print of Avengers No Surrender 676. So that's the first appearance of the Lethal Legion, which I guess they're going to be coming up here in is it the New Avengers? I can't remember where they're coming up in a recent storyline. God, I can't remember. So that's the difference between me and Jim's Comics. He knows all the stuff backwards and forwards. I know I got this tip from Jim's Comics. He was definitely saying you got to look for this book. It's a second print, a lot lower print run. You got them on the cover, which was basically this was an interior page in the story, and I got this pretty cheap. I think I paid like $4 or $5 for it, so it was pretty inexpensive. Another book that I got, which is really cool if you're a Star Wars fan. If you're not, you're probably not going to care too much. I did find a nice copy, mint condition of Star Wars number 58. This is the John Tyler Christopher negative variant. So this book, I guess there's only 1,000 of these in existence, supposedly. I found out about this through that Key Collector app. It had mentioned it. And yeah, I mean, I got a pretty good price. I think I paid like $20 or $25 for this. So I don't know if this will ever go up a lot in value or not, but I just think it's a really cool looking cover. And I actually found a really good deal on a graded copy as well, which I just got in the mail today. Got a 9.8 of that. It's not signature series or anything, but I got this for like, with shipping and everything, like $50. So it's pretty cheap. 9.8 copy, real nice. You never know. I don't buy too many slab books. Not a big fan of slabs, but when I find a book I really like and the slab is cheap, I mean, I think that was $40, and then plus shipping, it was like $50, so it was pretty cheap. Let me go back to the chat here. Manny got 2 copies of Avengers second print, just arrived today, and I paid $4 plus shipping. Yeah, it's a good price, better than I did. I paid probably, with shipping, I paid maybe $5, $6. I don't know, something like that. So you got 2 copies for cheaper than I did. That's a good price. Yeah, a lot of people don't like the interior art on Mortal Hulk. Yeah, I mean, it's not my favorite, but some people like it. I don't know. I can appreciate different types of art as well, but they probably could find a better artist if they wanted to, right? All right, I got another book to show off here. I got Deadpool #1. This is the Chu Lee, is it Wu Chu Lee cover? Got this pretty cheap, like $20. I don't think the book's gone up much. I think they print the hell out of these issue #1 relaunches. So this is the one for $50. So thank God I didn't pay $40 or $50 for this. But with shipping, I probably paid like $25. I think you can grab this on eBay for like $15 to $20 now, though. So it's It's a cool cover, though. I love the cover. It's a nice Deadpool cover. So I like that. All right, that's all the books I have. That's sort of my little mini haul I had come in this week. What else is going on? We got 13 people in the chat. I got a little bit of whiskey left, not too much. A little bit of cigar left, not too much. Did anybody watch The Mandalorian episode 6 this week? I don't know if anybody saw that or not. I just watched it the other day. I won't give away any spoilers, but man, that episode was, I think, the best yet of the Mandalorian series. It was fantastic. I loved it. It was, they're only like 35-minute episodes, and they're perfect. Like every scene is got great action, great meaning. Bill Burr was in it. Bill Burr was pretty. I mean, he was good. He played a kind of a wise ass, hotshot type guy, which is perfect for him. That's kind of his personality. So I don't really think he was acting. I think he was. They just told him. I think Jon Favreau said, "All right, Bill Burr, just be yourself. Just crack some jokes and be a wise ass and a jerk off, and you'll be perfect." So that's what he did. Yeah, Jeremy Wilson, he agrees with me. He just watched it. Says his favorite episode and best and really good. Yeah, I agree. It was awesome. I thought every second of that. I even made my wife watch it, which she's not really into Star Wars, but she thought it was pretty good. Grandmaster Stash. Yeah, he played himself. No doubt about it. That cocky Boston accent. It was good. And the strong man in it was pretty awesome too. Especially I love that scene where Mando hits him with the freaking flames, burns up his face, and it's just like smoking. Like apparently he's not only strong, but he's tough as hell because it didn't do shit to him. And then he closed 2 doors on. Well, I'm kind of giving away some spoilers, but he closes blast doors on him, and it still doesn't kill him. It's crazy. But apparently he can't break out of the cell. So, yeah, I gave away some spoilers. Sorry, everybody. It's definitely the best episode of that series that I've watched. Yeah, my wife was going crazy about the Baby Yoda. She thinks that's the cutest thing about the show is the Baby Yoda. We'll see how. I guess they're going to have him on. I'm sure he's going to be on every episode for that first season. I don't know if he'll be on. I mean, I can't see doing a whole nother season with a Baby Yoda the whole time. I think there's going to be some resolution there. He finds a way to drop him off somewhere where he's going to be protected, or he finds a way to get him out from under the guild where they're not looking for him anymore. Something's going to happen there. Yeah, I love the X-Wings. I love that end when the X-Wings show up. That was awesome. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, if you haven't watched it yet, if you got Disney Plus, sit down this weekend and make sure you watch that episode. It's fantastic. It's absolutely great. How many episodes? I think it's going to be 10. So there's going to be 4 left. 4 more left. First season is 10 episodes. Cost Disney $100 million. It's pretty expensive. I don't think that comes close to. Didn't Game of Thrones? Each season of Game of Thrones near the end was way more money, though, I think. But yeah, it's still expensive. Oh, Ancient Mariner says 2 more. Oh, there's only 8? I thought there was 10. Maybe I got that wrong. I thought there was 10 episodes, but maybe there's only 8. Ancient Mariner says 8. You're probably right, Ancient Mariner. I thought maybe I read 10 somewhere, but that could have been wrong. Man, that's expensive. $100 million for 8 episodes. Yeah, Ancient Mariner says, yeah, I read 8. Okay. I read somewhere 10, but I could be wrong. I don't remember things too well, so. Imagine if they kill off Baby Yoda. Yeah, that would kind of That'd be a real downer. I don't think they'll do that. That would be kind of a downer for the show. Or maybe he sacrifices himself to save Mando in the last episode or something. But I can't imagine they're going to bring him into season 2. I think that'll be it. Maybe they'll have a baby Wookiee. The next season will be a baby Wookiee. He hooks up and saves a baby Wookiee, and he carries the baby Wookiee around with him everywhere. Or how big is a baby Wookiee? Probably really huge. They're probably still as big as he is when they're babies. It'd be funny. Yeah, apparently it's probably a marketing. They're saying that they're selling a ton of these, like, I don't know, online. Maybe for this Christmas season they're selling a bunch of these baby Yodas everywhere. I don't know. It's a great marketing ploy. Probably could sell a bunch of those. Baby Force Ghost. There you go. Yeah, so that was I liked it. I thought it was really good. Another trailer, I saw a trailer for a movie coming out. This is not really comic book related, but it's got the Peter Dinklage in it, the guy from the dwarf from Game of Thrones. He's in a movie called Three Christs, and it looks really good. It looks awesome. Richard Gere's in it, Peter Dinklage, and there's 2 other guys. You'll recognize them when you see them, but yeah, these 3 mental patients that think they're all 3 of them think they're Jesus Christ. It looks really good. That could be a good movie, I think. All right, Jeremy says, I can't wait for the Marvel show. Yeah, Marvel, I mean, if that's how they're starting off, hopefully all the Marvel shows, I think that Winter Soldier could be really good. I like the fact that they're using the original actors from the movies in the show. I think it's going to be really good. Yeah, I agree with you. I think Marvel's definitely got a hit on their hands there with Mandalorian. I mean, a lot of people think it's going to be better than the Star Wars movie. I am going to go see the Star Wars movie. I know a lot of people are criticizing it already, even though they haven't seen it. I don't know how you can criticize a movie you haven't seen. I mean, the trailers look pretty good. I don't know. I mean, I get the criticism of the other 2 the last 2 movies. There's some elements there. I didn't like how they supposedly killed off Luke Skywalker. That was kind of weak. I would rather have seen him go down in flame of glory than to pathetically fade away on the top of a rock. So there was some things about The Last Jedi I didn't like. But, that's the problem with any of these Star Wars movies, man. You're going to get half the people think it's okay and pretty good, or think it's great, and other half of the people are going to say, nah, it sucked, it was terrible. You got to find elements that you like about the movie, and that's it. So I'm hopeful that this last Star Wars movie is going to be really good. Obviously, it's not going to be the last Star Wars movie. I think as long as there's money and there's the ability to make money by making movies, I think you're going to have nonstop Star Wars movies to the end of time. And eventually they'll make a Star Wars movie where after Lucas is dead, George Lucas dies, they'll have him appear as a Force ghost. So that's how long I think they'll be making Star Wars movies for, long after George Lucas dies. Yeah. Ancient Mary says it needs to go dark again. Yeah, that would be good. I mean, the Sith is, I think people love Darth Vader. They love the Sith. They love that darkness. I could see them doing a series of Star Wars movies where it's all about the Sith, maybe the rise of an ancient Sith and how he comes to power, and like really don't have any heroes in the show. A couple Siths going at it and battling, and who comes up out on top. Rogue One, yeah, I agree with you, Mariner. That was a good movie too. I liked Rogue One. I thought that was good. Good story. I love the end when they're desperately trying to get the plans away and Darth Vader shows. I mean, I think everybody loved that scene. That was freaking awesome. That was what everybody was waiting for. Is that scene was just phenomenal. Ancient Mirror says, everyone dies. Good night. Thanks for watching. Yeah, maybe that's how they end this one, right? Just everybody gets killed, and I don't know. I have a feeling Kylo Ren's going to die. I don't know. It seems very plausible that they're going to kill him off. It doesn't seem that they're going to kill off Rey. Rey seems like everything she does is perfect. I mean, I get that argument that a lot of people are a little annoyed at. Everything comes so easy to Rey, right? She learns her powers, overnight. No one even has to teach her. She accomplished in a short amount of time what it took years and years for Luke Skywalker to master. She starts navigating and fixing Han Solo's ship, the Millennium Falcon, with no experience. Just, it's a little ridiculous, but yeah. I mean, I definitely see the argument on that side too. Just wanted to do a little show here. I've been on for maybe 30, 40 minutes, 45, 46 minutes. Just kind of wanted to highlight a few things, highlight that top 20 list. I really appreciate everybody that joins on my chat. I really appreciate that. I might do another video this weekend just going over comic book news. I know there's new solicitations for DC out right now. They just dropped that yesterday. So there's some stuff that you can see that's coming out in March. Probably won't have the full. I know I won't be able to do the pre-orders probably till the end. Usually the end of this month, beginning of January is when the pre-orders for March will come out. So yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, everybody. We really appreciate everybody that tuned in. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss any of my videos. Share and like the video if you can. That'd be awesome if you could do that. I'm almost at 700 subscribers. I'm like 697, 698, somewhere around there. So hopefully I will get there. I'm hoping to get to 1,000 subscribers here in the next few months. I think if I do a couple live streams with Jim's Comics, that will probably help me. I think the last one I did, I jumped up like 100 subscribers in a couple days. So I'll try to wrangle him in to do a live stream with me here in the next week or so. So look for that. If that comes out, I'll let everybody know in advance. Everybody have a great weekend. I'll see you soon.